Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM, brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray as we continue that march to August and our 20th anniversary on the air here on Intercom, the family of Intercom radio stations, ESPN AM 790. Shelby McCall running everything, and we've already tested her again earlier in the show, and she didn't panic like I did or nothing like that. She just went back to looking at her phone and, and trying to keep things straight, as she does, because she knows it's never easy when we have Dave Gabbert and Gene Smith as co-hosts. So I thought I would get a reaction from one of them at least. But
just cause Gene's middle name is technical difficulty.
Technical difficulty. TD Smith. Yeah. That's his name. But, hey, we got a guy on with us right now. I had a chance to visit with he and his wife, Jeannie, recently up at Reelfoot. Y'all have heard about my trip up there. I've talked about it and the great time we had bluegill fishing with Cody Rodriguez. And I hope that you'll be able to read my story about that trip coming up in the Commercial Appeal on the first Sunday in June. But little did I know that there would be about 12 or 14 outdoor writers, communicators, whatever you want to call them, at Blue Bank Resort. And looked around, and I saw some friends. And then heading to my room, I said, well, my goodness, there comes Tim Huffman. And when you see Tim Huffman, he's going to talk crappie fishing to you. And he's got a book that he's got a book that if you're looking for a Father's Day gift, I don't think Tim would mind me throwing the plug in. It's called 300 Plus Crappie Fishing Tips. And that's my good friend Tim Huffman from Bryant, Arkansas, from God's country now. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning. Thanks for having me this morning.
Glad to have you. Let's talk about this 300 crappie fishing tips. Now, did you start with 500 and work it down to 300? How did you come up with the number 300? What was that all about?
Well, I guess that's about the right length for a book. But
yeah,
I just, I enjoy reading about fishing, about any type, really. But I'm also I had an engineering background, so I kind of like bullet point stuff.
Yes.
So
yeah.
if you throw something at me as a tip, it just kind of rings a bell with me. So I thought maybe readers would enjoy that too. So I put it in a tip format, and there's also some other general reading in there also.
Well, you threw together a pretty good team of Charles and Travis Bunting out of Jefferson City, Missouri, and the home water lake of the Ozarks there in Missouri. So how about that team? How did you nail these guys down? Because I know they like to talk. Swift, silent, and secure. I mean, these guys are really good, the power pole guys. Talk about how you got Charles and Travis is involved in this.
Well, they're the only team who has won the Classic in both the American Crappie Trail, Crappie Masters, and Crappie USA. And I've worked with them a lot, just doing articles for different magazines.
Yeah.
And Charles practice fishes for tournaments a lot by himself.
Yes.
And Travis has to work, so he comes in. So I've hopped in the boat a lot and fished with Charles. So that's why I ended up with so many interviews and so much material on him. But if you're going to learn how to drive a race car, you want to learn from a good driver.
Yes.
And same way with crappie fishing. These guys are good, and they were able to pass on a lot of tips that will help everyone catch more crappie, and that's what it's all about.
And it is, and you've broken it down here pretty simple. It's one of those things in your chapters, and I've never, all my years, I've always said I'm going to write a book. I've been doing this over 50 years, and I've never been able to put it down and do it, but you've broken it down into chapters, which I really like, and you cover jigging, you cover pitching and corking, spawning, high water. I can go through every one of these, and I like that run and gun, slow trolling, but at the same time, you've kind of incorporated things that maybe you'd think everything's been said that could be said about crappie fishing, But I think this day and time, Tim, talk about the evolution of crappie fishing, because, man, it's when you and I started, I mean, it was, we wanted to catch crappie because they all eat good. We know that. But at the same time, now you've been covering this thing for a long time. So talk about the evolution of crappie fishing itself.
Sure. I've been riding for 32 years, and I was tournament fishing before that.
Yes.
And so I've been around it a long time. Back when I was fishing, the big thing was the LCD come out, and they had squares about as big as a pencil eraser on them, and we thought that was the greatest thing.
Yes.
And I would say there's been three things that has just really made a difference in crappie fishing. And one of the first ones was better electronics.
Okay.
And that's progressed every time. But once we got to side imaging and could catch, brush piles out there 100 feet from us and find a lot more crappie fishing stuff, that made a huge difference. The other thing was the GPS controlled trolling motors. For serious trollers, you can set that motor the direction you want to go and attend to your poles, and you're not on that foot control. So that was huge. And now the latest thing, it's also electronics, but of course live scope. And
Tim, I wanted to hear that.
The only comment I'm going to make on that
tell me, Tim. Now, come on. Yeah, tell me. Tell me, Tim.
Do what now, Larry?
Tell me, Tim. I want to hear about this live scope. Okay.
I'm going to first say it's helped a lot of people catch fish. The serious fishermen, guides, and tournament fishermen can really target the big crappie. They don't even drop in, I mean, for used to, they would want to catch 80 to 100 fish in a tournament and call out. Now if they can catch 15 or 20 fish, that's fine because they're only targeting the big fish. My personal opinion on it, when you can go up to a brush pile and put a locator on that and know whether you need to drop down or not, you know how big the fish is and you know how deep it is. To me, that's like spotlighting deer.
Okay, I wanted to hear
it. I wish we hadn't got it, but we do have it. So fishermen can use that, and it's just a great tool.
Well, I think you said it very well. You got yourself through that real fine, Tim. Because
I hope I didn't make too many people mad.
That's all right. I'm sure you made half of them mad and half of them happy. But but I think.
Well, it is a great tool, and since it's there, I don't blame anyone for using it.
Yes.
But to me, it'd be like putting transmitters on deers and chasing them with four-wheelers. So, I think it's a conservation issue.
Yeah.
But again, no one's doing anything illegal. So,
it's in the rules. I mean, they're following the rules and everything. And
absolutely.
When it comes to this, the book itself. Now, was it easy to do? I know you love the sport, and we got the American Crappie Trail. We cover a lot here and everything. Yeah. You got Crappie USA and everything. Was this tip book in your mind when you thought about it before it came out, say in 2019, and since then?
It wasn't as easy as I was hoping it would be. By breaking a lot of interviews down into the chapters and tips like I did, it required quite a bit more interviews.
It did.
Then I'd have to go back and say, hey, we need a few more on this subject. So through time, it took quite a bit of time to narrow it down. But, like I say, I'm happy with the results, and these are two great people. They're not only good fishermen, they're good people, and that made it enjoyable to do.
Well, and folks, again, it's called 300 Plus Crappie Fishing Tips, featuring Travis and Charles Bunning, written by our good friend Tim Huffman out of Bryant, Arkansas. And so how do they get this book? Because this is a great Father's Day. Don't do a stocking stuffer on this thing and wait till December to give it to them. So tell them how they can get a copy of this, Tim.
Oh, sure. There's three ways. They can call Grizzly Jig Company. They have copies.
Yes.
you can go to Amazon.com and get it in either paperback or on the Kindle version.
Okay.
Or you can go to my website, monstercrappie.com, and there's direct links to that and my other new book, Limiting Out for Crappie. And, Larry, I forgot to tell you about this. There is a new list of the top 50 crappie lakes for 2021 on my website,
really?
monstercrappie.com. So,
Monster Crappie?
Surprise in the top 10.
Woo! All right. I know everybody just left the show now, and they're going to the computer to get monstercrappie.com and get the top 50 crappie fishing locations as selected by the one and only Tim Huffman. And if Tim says it, he means it. Tim, thank you, man. And the price, I'm looking at the price, is $12.95. Is that right? I mean,
that's right, $12.95, and it's $3.99 on the Kindle version.
Good night, folks. I mean, come on. I mean, this guy's worked hard for this. He needs it, man. I mean,
I need a new pair of shoes.
He needs a new. Well, no, come on. You can get those at Frog Talks. All right, come on now. So, hey, Tim, thank you. Good to see y'all at Reelfoot, you and Jeannie, and we'll stay in touch again, folks. That's 300 plus crappie fishing tips. Featuring Travis and Charles Bunning by our good friend Tim Huffman. Okay, Tim, thank you, man. Have a great weekend. All right?
It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Larry.
All right. Okay. All right. Now, how much time we got in this segment? We got 1 minute. Okay. Did y'all learn anything there? I just want to make sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I learned if your problem is you're talking about writing a book.
Yes, sir.
You got to get past that first. It was a dark and stormy night.
Did you hear that, Gene Smith? Did that?
Yes, I did. He beat me to it.
Well, thanks a lot. Well, I got the cutoff button right here. Okay, so I've been through a lot of dark and stormy nights. I think some of them I've been with both these guys on the radio with me here. All right, let's take a break. Come back, and we're going to Arab, Alabama, and talk Frog Talks. I got on my Frog Talks right now. We'll be right back.